I share so that mean tions. I forgot my mean tions. That young
Mr. Speaker, yes. Mammy Fan Chiasun Kuma, Wahefo, and Watifo, you know. Michia Obasi is constituency for the constituency vice chairman was sending messages here. Honorable Bismarck Akuwa or say or share pa. Mr. Speaker, he said, Minia BOT Wakasa. But sometimes, say if you don't have the nation at heart, you talk like the way you talk. You see, the interest of Nikasa Nina power. And I remember, say sometime last week, na Okuti a popular theory in political science. I would say when power corrupts, it corrupts absolutely. And even now, no. Now, being in power, forgetting nation building. Mr. Speaker, at the end of the year, we admit some which are Bagana, and which are Beriase. And now the global economy is in recession because Ghana is not an island on its own. In terms of the international political economy, Ghana as a state, a political player in the international political economy. We depend on each other for livelihood and sustenance. And say, international community, it has its own resultant effect on other nations. You have countries like Japan. Japan, as an industrialized country economy, imports almost about 90% of the raw materials in the name here from outside. And the Japanese how are shrinking in the international community, can say China and advancing the economy up to that state. Or aid to other nations, especially we that belong to the global south economy. Ghana, the Africa sub-region, we belong to almost the global south economy. We are saying Abrofono, whether you like it or we like it or yes, almost here global north and the global south economies. The global north now the so-called developed economies now. We hear Americas, the Great Britain, Canada, and the likes. Now we hear the global south economies now. Ghana, Ivory Coast, and we that we belong to the global south economies. And Mr. Speaker. A quite do sa pempenso say yin by chance by indoctrination and the do some pempenso because during colonization you share the structure of the economy abrofono a device or develop or economy na enye enu bi no mo they prepared our continent as a raw material producing economy to feed their industrialized economics outsider. Omo ebefa raw materials ne wa ha. No mo dey turn into processed products. No abeto amai. Ene edaso Asia yen cocoa o de be call international market ne yama the price of your cocoa. Meanwhile so no omo ye chocolate. No omo ye Milo ne ma no mo dey ba. They determine the price of their Milo and chocolate. This is a pure mercantilist perspective. Enunti obi biara ote economic development asibia ehun ye say sir the structure of this economy was introduced to us by our colonial masters. It has been with us. Edu pempenswa I also taking aggressive and bold step. See if you're winning yourself away from this mercantilist type system of economic development, because the global north economy I believe is as a matter of choice discourage imports and encourage exports. I don't see Omo and person wo de would be able to chromo. And now they regulate it with strict standards. What they be yes where you say. This how we do ha car na be this engine capacity you say. This engine block no the quality you say. This say where the engine will chrome. But omo the be buy economy ni ma. They have what we call no barriers. Omo introduce market liberalization. May introduce tariffs to blockers. May introduce stringent policies to blockers. As a matter of choice, open your economy. Say there be a never transact that business. And Mr. Speaker, this structure of the economic, this structure of the world economy, inherited from our colonial masters, is doing that more harm than good. Mr. Speaker, Adibakwa, many ajiwo MPP amanyokwe who say, irrespective of Ahochirabano, Mr. Speaker, the government is promoting a policy. This policy is gradually winning this country from this global north, global south perspective economic structure now. What are some of these policies and programs? Mr. Speaker, you say, and Nema Ghana Yakra near Yusu Hase, and also change the Yankasia Hase. And you know, buying a promote what we call import substitution industrialization. And also the one district, one factory policy, the Ministry of Trade led by Honorable Alan Kojo Chematin, implementing now. Ube who say Nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ nom a yɛ produce sisi a ɔmo defunct commander sugar factory si hɔ yi hwɛ sugar the amount of quantum of sugar tonnage of sugar yɛde ba ɔman mu ha se ya ɛne the value of sugar yɛde ba ɔman ha yɛ consume a ɛdɔɔso yie paa ɛde si yɛ produce sugar wɔ ha se ya ɛbɛte yɛ import ne so si yɛde over $200 million ɛna ɛkɔkora sugar ba sɛ sugar factory wɔ Ghana ha ne yɛ produce sugar wɔ ha se ya ɔmo a ɔmo dua ahwedeɛ ɛbɛnya adwuma ɔmo bɛnya sika ɛbɛma yɛn tax revenue ade no ɛde no so no ɛbɛma yɛn yesika no ahoɔden because yɛn fa sika botin $200 million ɛnkɔkra sugar ɛmba ha sei ne yɛn create employment ɛma countries like Brazil, countries like Thailand and other countries are produce sugar. India no more produce sugar in commercial quantities. You produce there, we will depend on our own. Mr. Speaker, you shall rice.
Afoakwa, the men are starting one district, one factory.
We started one district, one factory program from the first term in our office. 2017, in fact, 2017, 2018, a one district, one factory policy started because it was part of our aggressive policy. They buy a Ghana for a Toma Ghana for tea. And Mr. Speaker, you bear witness.
So, when are we going to experience total industrialization? You may have a full capacity of production.
Mr. Speaker,
without importation.
It should be on record, sir.
Consumables.
It should be on record, sir. See, the Fourth Republic dispensation, you know, it is this government. And I hear a massive industrialization drive. One district, one factory policy with the private sector participation. You know, I'm almost about 125 working factories now, as we speak now.
Yes, and I mean, Bisa said, to what extent, and you may have a full capacity. Now, certain consumables are important because that is the purpose of the factories.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So I'm on point.
Realization of that dream.
Me magana 40 as say, or how are you woman? And yes, I'm buying into one or more. But you see, some of these policies, you know, it takes time to respond to the market demands.
Okay.
And Osha one this one factory a program ya. Factories are boat and nut factory. And even spring. Uko Kumasi na Ashanti region. Your factory I manufacture springs for this heavy duty trucks. Your one boat and nuts for our mining industry, our automobile industry and the likes. We share other products here. Oko Casa de Ropa, potato, into potato chips and the likes. Future they will transition that into even flour. And in the manner my beboa near the import of flour in this republic. Mr. Speaker, we share a kung fu free juicer.
Now
you products like me personal product bidding because of advertisement. But products like fruit juice are consuming in this country, you know. And also popular brands are winning. Because of say my platform no more advertising mo discount me bo bi. But if you can fruit juice factory now, say you support to the drive no. Na Ghana for you have a taste for made in Ghana products. Now you contribute towards it. It will be a world class factory.
But what is the purpose then? When you have a comfy juice, okay, I'm producing natural juice and yes, so you allow importation and you allow those ones imported, no, to still have a perfect competition with a comfy juice. Now, a comfy no crowd
Mr. Speaker, you see, in the market, in the global economic market, you know, your treaties and you belong to you signing on to in terms of the WTO World Trade Organization standards and the policies and programs be no more. Eduquine say or flout any idea. But say okay say because of the confirm air production and you know ban the importation of fruit juice into the economy. The economy is demand driven. Supply no it is saying. What is the capacity of our supply that will meet the needs of the populace no? Na enkofa ahokyere ember. In as much as you encourage production no, gradually we'll be winning ourselves progressively from our importation ebema yenya dominance na ye infant industries so no enya standing let me agina so Mr. Speaker my back also on import substitution industrialization o ma me nia bi o tampa 1 minute import industrialization right Mr. Speaker the another thing a regional trade agreement I will share the after secretariat Abagana the Africa's continental free trade area now and also no promote the regional trade agreement at least among the South countries, no, we can trade among ourselves. My economy na regular. Ghana is the headquarters of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. A by way up and so, and your team here, with the support of other nations, yet in Abeboa, ne promote industrialization. Mr. Speaker, we have foreign direct investments near there. Yeah, by now go to Ashanti or Boase Mines, none status the same. It was against foreign direct investment because as part of the multinational corporations, no, when say international law, a protect international trade and the multinational corporations. But a buyer no hono mono a share high Emma Ango Ashanti FOD app. A buyer will say buy no. in as much as a person attract foreign direct investment, you know, a binding the nice form of policies and programs.
Okay.
A question so the buango good be a buaman good body. I do see I'm confidence in our economy. I'm other multinational companies like Toyota, Renault, and the likes in everyone into our economy.
Afoakwa, maybe I